The main players in today's industry are Apple and Samsung, competing to dominate the mobile industry, from the $1,000 plus size iPhones to the Samsung Galaxy range, or even the likes of Xiaomi, though most popular that I come across are the iPhones and Samsung Galaxies. I'm Craig, this is Really Random Reviews, hope everyone's keeping well and having a good day, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at this Samsung Galaxy A51. This is a mid-range smartphone that was released back in December 2019, and I have chosen this for my personal device for the time being, as I prefer Samsung over Apple. The one I have here is in a Prism Crush Blue, but other colours are also available. This model is the 128GB version, but again, there are 64GB and 256GB versions available. Unfortunately, this is the only box sharp knife I have handy, so we will have to change that soon, maybe try to use a new one in every video. So let's open this up. Okay, so the front is glass. It's the Gorilla Glass 3, so it should be pretty tough and hardy. The screen size is 6.5 inches, and it also has Super AMOLED display. It's a 4K hole punch style camera that's also under the glass, and the fingerprint biometric scanner is also at the bottom under the glass. It has the USB Type-C charger, no wireless charging here I'm afraid. The speaker is just to the right, and the microphone, it looks really nice and discreet. And most importantly, it has the 3.5mm headphone jack. We also have the 48 megapixel 4 cameras there on the top left of the phone. The thickness is 7.9mm all in. The frame is plastic here I'm afraid, but at this price point that's to be expected. All the edges are curved and have a nice flush feel, including the buttons, and it looks really nice and premium. It also comes with the generic white USB Type-C cable, and it also has some wired Samsung generic headphones with the 3.5mm jack, and it has a fast charge UK plug for your charging. I must also mention that you do get a little SIM pin that's just to the right of me in that Samsung box there, but I actually forgot to get footage of this, but it's just a little metal pin that you use to insert the SIM card. Well, removing the plastic film was less satisfying than I anticipated, but okay, let's fire it up and see what we're dealing with here. So the setup is just your typical Android setup like you would get with any other Android smart device. Connect to your internet and set everything up as you wish. Once you've got your fingerprint installed, it's very responsive. I've even put a screen protector on this now, and it still recognises it almost first time every time. If there's a bit of grease on your fingers or on the screen, sometimes it can be a little funny and it might ask for a passcode, but 9 times out of 10 it works just fine with your finger or your thumb. All the applications work really well and very responsive. Just by simply swiping up, down, left and right on your screen will give you the several options that you normally have. You can even customize the color of your tabs here by going onto the customizable palette, choosing the color that you want. Simply select any color, save it, and then when you go back to your home screen you'll see that your tiles are saved to the color that you want. All your apps and stuff are really easy to install. You just obviously go to the Google Play Store and install them from there. Onto the cameras now then. As I mentioned, there's a hole punch camera at the front which is capable of shooting in 4K at 30 frames per second. And then the rear, there are the 4 impressive mid-range cameras with the 48 megapixels, with each lens focusing on one aspect of the shot. So for example, one is a close-up lens and the other is a zoom lens. It captures in 4K, which is nice, but only at 30 frames per second, but it does look smooth and recording is easy. The camera functions very well. You can just simply pull it up as you normally would on an Android device to take quick shots, or you can go into the actual options and start to play around with the settings and select various things. As you can see in these shots that I've taken here, some of them are focusing on the actual close-up aspect of the shot and the background is blurred out slightly, and then some of the other pictures are more complete where you can see everything without any blur. The video captures pretty well. This piece of footage here is without any kind of stabilization. This is with stabilization on. There's also a few slow-mo modes which you could have some real good fun with, or doing some cool things. You can get some really creative shots with the slow-mo effect. So this is the basic slow-mo mode. And then this is the super slow-mo mode. So the actual specs of the camera then, the main camera is a 48 megapixel half-inch sensor, 8 microns with a f2 aperture, PDFA autofocus. The bottom camera is a 12 megapixel ultra wide with a f2.2 aperture. The top is more depth focused, and the other camera is a 5 megapixel with no autofocus, but it is a macro. The front hole punch camera is small and discreet with a 32 megapixel 4K sensor, and all footage is recorded in 30 frames per second. It's running a octa-core 4x2.3 GHz Cortex processor, also has the Super AMOLED display. Overall, I think this is a great phone for the price. It's under £300. I've been really enjoying it the last few days. If you think I've missed anything, drop it down in the comments. That's my look at the Samsung Galaxy A51. Thanks for watching, and until next time, take care of yourselves and each other, and I'll see you in my next video.